Hello, welcome to Knick, Knack, Chit, Chat. Hope you're well. Sorry, in advance, I have to excuse myself. I have quite bad hay fever at the moment, which is weird because I don't normally get hay fever, but everything right now outside is just bursting into bud and bloom, and it's the gorgeous kind of vibrant green everywhere. And I think it's more of the catkins and everything that are getting to me, but anyway, I'm a little bit right now. But yeah, I hope you've had a really nice few weeks. I'm sorry, it has been a couple weeks since I've posted, but I do sometimes struggle when I haven't got a car boot sale and I haven't been thrifting or I haven't been charity shopping to have things to really talk about and stuff. Plus, I've been very busy. But the good news is, it's car boot season now. I'm so excited. They started, I think one of them a bit further away started last week, but they've well and truly started. The big one is starting, I think, the week after next, maybe. But there was two today, really nice ones. One of them I love is Rolvenden near Tenterden, and it's a very civilized hour. It's on at 11 on alternate weeks, so you don't have to get up super early. But we did get up really early because we went to another one towards Ashford, and that was we got there too late. Basically, it started at probably 7-ish, and we got there at about 7:30, and there were just everyone had the cars, the boots open, everything, the rails out and everything. And that's a sight you don't want to see. You don't want to rock up to a car boot sale when everyone's got all of their stuff out, because the really good stuff tends to go in the first few minutes. It really does. And I've paid the price of being a little bit late and watching people walking away with their treasure, and me just kind of looking at it, you know, like, oh, I wish I had found that myself. So you got to get there early. The early bird catches the worm. And so we weren't very good. We were out of practice today, but next week I think we're going to set our alarms a little bit earlier. But we did find a few things. The first one, it was okay. It's not my favorite car boot sale. I don't tend to find loads of stuff there, but Mr. D did find a few things, which I will show you. But it's also good for, my son loves it. My son loves it because there's often lots of trainers, lots of kids' clothes, all of that. And when he was little, of course, it was toys, plastic toys, cheap, horrible, ugly plastic toys. Blech, I hate them, but kids love them, and at least it's recycling. And Rex used to always just, I like that, and of course everything's like 10p, 50p. So I'm glad those days are over. He's not grabbing all the toys, but he's into trainers, and he's into fragrances. Not perfume, not aftershave, not cologne. Fragrances, it's called. It's a thing apparently right now with boys. And girls, but not so much girls, boys around him. My son's 11, and he likes not just the cheap stuff, he likes the nice stuff. And this year I said to him, we were driving on the way to the boot sale, and I said, what do you want to find? And he said, oh, I'd like some Jean Paul Gaultier, he said, and I would like some Creed, which is like really mega expensive, and I'd like and he's listing all of them off. And like Murphy's Law, we went there, and there was a bottle of Givenchy perfume. So he was a happy boy. We knocked them down from 10 to 8. So he was like doing his happy dance. He was very happy. But I didn't find very much. He got a t-shirt, he got some perfume, and Mr. T got a chair. It's a Windsor hoop back Windsor chair, it's called. And what I'm going to do is talk about it, and then I'm going to show you, because I can't kind of do two things at once. So it's probably elm, and it's probably kind of turn of the century. It's beautifully made. It's a gorgeous shape. It's similar to the one I've got here. You've probably seen in my videos loads of times, my kitchen chair, but it's a little bit smaller. So it'd be really nice in a bedroom. I always think that the pine and the sort of bare wood, I think always looks nice in a kind of kitchen situation. But that being said, it would be really pretty with a little cushion in the bathroom and that kind of thing. It'd be really nice. But we got that. I think Mr. T got that. The fellow was asking 30, and he got it for 25, which is very good. I did have a go at Mr. T because we have so many chairs, random chairs around the house, because it's his thing. He's got lots of things. He's got niches. He's got, like, what do you call it? I mean, I like handbags, you know, he likes chairs. He also went through a phase where he went through a watering can phase where every time he saw a nice old water can, he just bought it. So it's like every time I went to the car boot sale, he had a watering can in his hand. And it's ridiculous. We've got in the vegetable garden here, honestly, we've probably got about 15 watering cans. And I don't even use them. I don't use them. I use a hose, you know, because I can't keep on filling it up and it's heavy. But he's just, it's the aesthetic look of it, but he gets these things into his mind and keeps on buying them, and chairs is one of them. So I did have a bit of a go at him saying, we do not need any chairs, but he promised me he's gonna be selling it. It's not very easy to ship a chair, but maybe you can. He assures me you can. Anyway, I'm gonna show you the chair. I love it. I think it's really beautiful and it's very interesting. I like the shape of it, the ergonomic shape, and the sort of braces at the back. It's beautiful. It's a lovely color. It was a little bit dirty and he put some beeswax on it. Have I got it here? I'll show you. Hang on, I'll show you the product because this is quite interesting. He broke the lid. Sorry, is my kitchen a massive mess? Not really, not too bad. Ooh, is it bad? Not too bad. This is quite a really good product. I smashed the lid on it, so I put this over it. But this is a really good multi-purpose product, and Stone's beeswax furniture cream, and it is kind of a semi-solid beeswax, but you can use it for much more than just sort of indoor furniture. So it's really good. We've got a zinc table outside and it's really good for polishing that. It brings it up all kind of glossy and new, and you can see the patina on the zinc. And it smells delicious. It's all kind of natural, and it's a really, for any kind of wood, furniture, countertop, anything like that, it's a lovely thing. So we put a bit of that on the chair, and it instantly kind of brought it back to life, to its former glory, and it's beautiful. And we've got nowhere to put it. So I'll show it to you now. Okay, what do you think? Do you love it? Do you like it? Would you have it in your house? I love it. I just think it's timeless. You know, it's one of those things that you could just incorporate into, incorporate into a modern house as well. Although it's quite old and it's an antique, I think it's quite a, it almost could be a bit mid-century, because those kind of lines they did kind of repeat kind of in the 50s and 60s. And yeah, I think it could look quite cool in lots of different situations, not just older houses. And I like pieces like that you can imagine in different situations. We haven't got a spot for it, but yeah, so we might be parting with it, but yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Okay, next on. So this is quite interesting. So I had to go at Mr. T for getting that. I got something that he had to go for me getting because he didn't like it. He really doesn't like it at all. And usually we like the same things. Usually we're pretty kind of similar in taste, but this one, not so much. So we have, when we moved into the house, we put, basically it was so bad, the house was falling down, and all of our money went into just building the house back up and making it healthy again. Windows, roof, everything, the whole thing had to be done. So in terms of furniture and that kind of thing, we didn't have any money to like furnish the house or anything like that. So it's been a process of kind of going to car boot sales for, when we find something special, then we, it's been an evolution over the years rather than just let's design a room in one fell swoop. It hasn't been that case for us. So recently I've been looking at some of the rooms. The downside to doing that is sometimes they can look like a bit of a hodgepodge. And I was looking and I thought, it does look like, funnily enough, it does look like someone's just thrown everything in here and nothing is cohesive and nothing really works together. So I've been having a little rethink first at our bedroom, and I just kind of thought it's close, but it's not exactly how I want it. And the big thing about our house is that for me, I like clothes, and I haven't got huge amounts of storage. The kids are in all the bedrooms and stuff, and I don't want to put stuff in the spare bedroom, and it's kind of, often with older houses there's not lots of closet space, so you have to put sort of freestanding wardrobes and that kind of thing, which we have a few, but there's only so much you can put in a wardrobe. I have a lot of clothes. So I was looking the other day, I can't remember where, but I saw on Instagram that someone had an old haberdasher's cabinet where they used to, fold all of their quilting fabric and all of that in haberdashery. Anyway, and so I just thought, oh yeah, and they had it, and they were using it as shoe storage. And the glass drawers, you pulled the drawers out and they had a glass on the front of them so you could see what shoes are in it. It wouldn't work for really high heels, but it was all kind of flats and all of that kind of stuff. And I just thought, that is genius. That's such a great idea, because it's just organization on a really beautiful level, and the piece of furniture looked really good. And I have seen those in time to time, the haberdasher's cabinets. So I kind of thought, I was having a high. And I looked them up and they were mega expensive. Like, I just thought, okay, that's not in my budget at the moment. So I've been selling a bit of things here and there on eBay and, just getting rid of some stuff. And I thought, right, I'm going to save up a bit of money and just kind of park that thought of getting one of those haberdasher's cabinets. And what happened? One came up at our local, not charity shop, antique shop, which is beautiful. Stevie Wonders. I'll tag him. He's great, and he's very fairly priced. And anyway, he had 3 of them. 2 of them were more modern. One of them was a little older, and I saw them. I thought, yeah, that's what I want. That's within my budget. Yes. And so I went to look at them, and what I really wanted was 2 of them on either side. I'll show you in a minute. I've got a sofa below the window in the bedroom, and I wanted one of both on either side, because you don't have to use them just for shoes. Obviously, it would look great with knitwear. It would look great with t-shirts. It would you can see everything that's in it. Anyway, so I was gonna go for the other 2. And I went and viewed them, and they were just too modern. They were kind of 70s, 80s maybe, and they're very industrial. But the older one was, I think, probably 50s. And it was a little bit more, there was more character to it. The handles the other ones were stainless steel. These were like old brass handles or iron handles. Like it just had a bit more character. Anyway, it's perfect. I love it. Mr. T saw it, and the minute he saw it, he said, I can't stand it. Should I hate it? Can't say it's horrible. It's horrible. He does not like it. He didn't say it was not. No, he did actually. I'm trying to be generous here. No, he didn't like it. Didn't like it. He said it looks terrible in the room, but and he grumbled. Anyway, I had a little zhuzh in the room, and I've put it in there. I love it, and more importantly, I've put all of my jumpers in it, and it made me so ridiculously happy. Every time I go into my bedroom, I kind of stop and kind of look at it. I kind of just give it a little, it's giving me silly amounts of joy every time I look at it with all of my folded knitwear. And what it has forced me to do is because I have to do this anyway, because I haven't got loads of storage. That's my excuse. I have loads of clothes. I haven't got enough storage for my stupid amount of clothes. So what I do is all of my winter stuff, I put it away in sealed bags and everything. And I've got storage to put, under the beds, all of that, and they're all sealed away. So all my really heavy knitwear, that kind of stuff. So I put all of that away, and then I get my kind of lighter stuff out, and I'm going to do that. So it's forced me to start doing that. And that's an epic task. Anyway, so I'll show you this piece without further ado. Mr. T hates it. I love it, and I would be interested to hear what you think of it. Okay, so here they are, the controversial Haberdasher's cabinet. I really love it. I think it's really, really perfect for what I wanted. And the space that I wanted, and amazingly it just fits so much. I've managed to fit all of my summery jumpers in here, and the great thing is you can see what's in it, which is quite cool. And it's just really, really good for organization. I mean, originally, as I said, I think it would be so cool for shoes, because they're just, I mean, obviously you couldn't put really high heel shoes or boots, but for all your flats and stuff, it would be really cool. And even bags and stuff, it would be really neat. But I just think it's a really nice piece. I mean, yeah, it's not fine furniture, but it's just a very useful kind of piece, and I love it. And what I can do is each season, when it gets to winter, I can take all my kind of finer gauge knitwear out and then put in the more chunky knitwear. But tell me what you think. I think it's really cool. So I've got a closet there that I haven't got loads of closet space actually. I've got a closet right there and I've got a few wardrobes. But I think in context, I'm trying to give you, sorry, a bit of context here. Do you think that looks cool? I think it looks cool. Mr. T isn't convinced. I think it's quite cool. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? Is it as bad as Mr. T thinks? I think it's bloody brilliant. I do. I think it's wonderful. I think it's efficient. It's a bit quirky. And yeah, I know it's not a fine, so he was saying like it's not a fine piece of beautifully made furniture. It's industrial. It needs to be in a factory or, you know, where it was built. But I am not, he's a traditionalist. I am not. I don't mind mixing a bit of, you know, the purposes of things. I don't mind stepping out of those boundaries. That's not his shtick. But I would love to know what you think. I really like it. And yeah, anyway, I'll stop weighing on about it. Okay, the next thing we got, was that, sorry, it takes me a minute, I've got a little delay. Yeah, so it was the second car boot sale. The second car boot sale today was, it's my favorite one, 11 o'clock, it's beautiful, it's in a lovely field, there's a little steam train that goes by, it's so pretty, the Sussex and Bluebell steam train, and right when it opens, it goes by and the road closes and it's got all the steam, it's so pretty. It is a little dollop of old England, it's gorgeous. And it's in a lovely area, and it often gets nice bits, you know. It's often people that are having a little sort out, and there's a nice, you often get lots of antiques, older things, as opposed to modern stuff. First car boot sale is my son's dream. It's perfume, it's clothes, it's stuff, people having clear outs, whereas the second one is more it's more curated, it's more the older generations having a little clear out. And they often, you know, I find people don't really think, oh, it's just a basket. It's not a basket, it's a beautiful old handmade thing. So I do love the second one. However, I didn't find loads, but in the first few minutes, I found a very, very, very good find. And it just goes to show, you got to get there early. We didn't get there early. They opened it early, and it was just, we thought we were half an hour early, and they were already letting them in. So that's horrible. And he was, no, you know, we're gonna miss everything. We probably did miss loads of things, because the dealers get very, very competitive. The dealer, people run. They get out of their car and they run towards. I'm not joking. It's serious business, antiquing. And they were run, and we know most of them, and and they get, you know, they're all very nice people, but they take it very seriously. Anyway, we got there and kind of thought, oh, there's not going to be very much there, and instantly, first row, Mr. T and I both looked at these chairs, and we instantly thought, yep, they're good. We not only do we both love them, we need them. So they weren't, don't worry, they weren't indoor chairs. We've got too many indoor chairs. They were outdoor chairs. So we've got outside of our kitchen, I've designed a little kitchen garden. It sounds great. It's not. It's 3 little raised beds, and it's got, I just put my salads out there, and, you know, I just put my sweet peas and that kind of thing. And there's a little brick patio, and I've got a round zinc table. I'll show you in a minute. And when we thought we were moving a few years ago, last year, I sold a lot of my garden furniture, which was a bit silly of me. And so we've got the table, but we didn't have any chairs, because we used to have those bistro chairs, which I love. I do love a bistro chair. However, if they're painted, you can't really leave them out for prolonged periods of time, because the rain will get to them and they'll peel, and it's not great for them to leave them out with painted furniture. And also the design of them, you know, how they kind of go like that. I find they're a bit terrifying to sit on, because especially old ones, even if they're kind of intact and everything, you kind of wobble like that, like sideways, don't you? And you just think, oh God, and I can just imagine and I'm sure it's happened where it's just all of a sudden just collapse. They don't fill me with confidence, bistro chairs. So we sold them, we got rid of them. People love them, they're very collectible, not my favorite thing. And I wanted some chairs that were more stable, more comfortable, that you could relax in and dine around the table. Because sometimes it's just me and Guy, you know, we will sit and have dinner or a drink or something just outside the kitchen. But they're usually, I mean, if you're going to get old ones that are beautifully, really, really well made, they are so expensive. Antique garden furniture is English antique garden furniture. Even if it's French, even if it's, you know, continental, it's rare because it usually breaks down. And everyone wants it. Everyone wants something to sit outside, you know. So it is, when you do see it, good stuff, it's expensive. So when we spotted these things, we just instantly thought, wow, they're so good. And shall I tell you how much we got them for? So we got 3 of them for £65. So it's an instant yes. They're in really good condition. One of them, a few of the slats need to be replaced possibly, but they're very firm, they're not wobbly. And I'll tell you a little bit more about them. I'm gonna show you, and then I'll tell you a little bit more about them. Lovely. I did struggle a little bit to take decent photos, and I'm still getting used to this sort of horizontal filming as opposed to the vertical, but oh, they're gorgeous. So they're wrought iron, I believe, and the frames of them are so beautifully made. The shape of them, the curl at the end, the kind of, oh, they are beautiful. And the best thing about it is that on one of them there's a plaque, and it said Gilbert and Co. Tunbridge Wells, which isn't that far from us. So it was obviously the ironmonger made them, because they're very, you know, the shape of them is quite unusual. So that was a real design, I guess, for them. And they put them together, and then they put oak slats on them, which oak's great because it doesn't rot. You know, it's so hard wearing, and you can leave them out. They're probably turn of the century, probably Edwardian or 1905, just sort of that kind of era, I think. There's 1 or 2 slats that possibly could be replaced. But the beautiful thing, I think actually a few of them have been replaced over the year. But the great thing, if you're a purist, is that all the bolts are there. They're all original. They're all, you know, the only thing, and I'm being greedy now, the only thing that would make them better if it was a set of 4. I mean, I'm being greedy now, you know, set of 4. But honestly, if you were to go to London, those are the kind of things you would see on the Pimlico Road, and they would be, I mean, pushing potentially £1,000 for, you know, they are that rare. They really, really are. And they just, you know, they get a lot of money when they come up. So it was a really, really good find, and they are going nowhere. I will have them for the rest of my life. I will keep them and look after them. And we're going to do, Mr. T's going to sit and maybe start working, refurbishing them, just putting, you know, repairing a few of the things, and we'll keep them. So I was really, really thrilled with them. Okay, last few bits, little pickup item that Mr. T got, an ashtray. Neither of us smoke, but smoke. Mr. T once in a while has a cigar. When I say once in a while, he probably has 1 a month, if that. Christmas, a few. So it's a real if we go out, special occasion, he'll light up a cigar, and he likes a Cohiba. And so this was quite cool. The color was great. And you know, you can imagine Serge Gainsbourg in France at a cafe, you know, kind of doing all that. And it was just a cute thing. I think it was only a couple pounds, but the color of it, all of that, I don't know where he got it. I mean, it's just one of those things that we don't own an ashtray, and he thought, well, that's a good ashtray, I'll have that. So yeah. So we got that. Ooh, I got this a few days ago, and I was going to show you. Look, scarf. Now I've got short hair, because normally what I used to do is have a ponytail and then I'd do like a bow. But I don't know. Now I could like maybe, I don't know, wear it kind of like that. Maybe would be quite cool, like some hoops or something. I don't don't know. I could style it somehow, but the beautiful thing about it is, doobie. That's good, isn't it? Not bad. And I can even look past the little moth hole in it. No one's gonna notice, are they? No one's gonna notice when I have it in my hair. So that was good. I think I didn't pay much for that. I think I paid like £3 or £4. And then lastly, I got, what was it? Oh yeah, Mr. Petit got this for me. A lovely book, Liberty Style. And I think it's not new. It's been around for a while, but I think he found it at a little antique shop. But I used to work at Liberty, and I loved it, and I loved the. Can you see? Oh, probably not. Anyway, it's a beautiful book. It's got some gorgeous things. I'll tell you what I'll end with. I'll do a little flip through so you can see it. But it's very interesting, actually. I just spent an hour the other evening just looking at it and looking at the pictures, gorgeous pictures. And it covers everything from, you know, the history of the building, the homeware, the things that, you know, that they did lots of more craft, you know, beautiful antiques, but then they also talked about the fashion and the clothes and all of that. It was beautiful. It's a feast for the eyes. It's a gorgeous coffee table book. And I don't think he spent very much on it. A couple of pounds or something. He just thought it was interesting. And it is very interesting. So I'll show you a few little bits from that. And yeah, hope you've had a lovely week. And I will be continuing to post on YouTube rather than Instagram, simply because I get cut off after about 9 minutes on Instagram. And I like to chat. I'm just very chatty, and I can't. It's torture to have to like go against the clock. Whereas with YouTube, I don't have to watch how much I'm saying. I hope I'm not boring you too much, because I do chat a bit. But it is much easier. So I know for those of you that are saying, oh, I wish it was on Instagram. What I will do to try and make it a bit easier to get to is on Sundays, I'll always put on my stories the link, just to click it, and it will take you to YouTube, and then my video should in theory pop up. And also, if you miss it on a Sunday and you miss my stories, you can always go on my Instagram, and on the highlights, the little circles across the top of my page, you know, there's food, travel, style, all of that. There will be chats. I think it's called chats, yeah. And you can click on that, and there's the links to all of the ones each week. Hopefully I'll be back to each week now that I've got car boot sales. So yeah, it's been very, very nice to have another old-fashioned Knick Knack Chit Chat. I've got my mum and dad coming round this afternoon. What am I cooking? I'm cooking a chicken, and then I'm gonna do new potatoes. And I think I'm going to do them crispy, because I've been doing them recently and I love them. I'm kind of addicted to them. So you do new potatoes, you boil them, parboil them. We'll boil them so they're soft enough to smash. And then you get a pan really hot with lots of oil, and then you put them like flattened into the hot oil. And so it's basically roasted, smashed new potatoes. That's what it is, with salt and pepper and some herbs. So I'm going to do that with the chicken. And then the nice thing is you can do that in advance. Do the chicken, do the potatoes, leave it, you know, I leave it on the Argus so it doesn't have to be piping hot. And then I'll do a nice fresh green salad with it, with my salad cream, new salad cream recipe that I'm in that zone right now, salad cream. I did a reel recently on how to make your own salad cream, and it's so good with the green salad and chicken and crispy new potatoes. I think that's what we're gonna have. Yeah, so that's it. All right, I will talk to you very, very soon, hopefully next week, and I'll have some more treasures to show you. And yeah, talk to you soon. Toodaloo.